Earth Day, I thought this would be the perfect Wednesday to focus on some natural green skincare and makeup items. And last week I posted a Whole Foods beauty buy with more affordable, reasonably priced items. Today is all about luxury. And if you have ever been interested in green beauty but just didn't think the products were going to be that fun, I hope this video will change your mind, because everything I'm going to show you, from the packaging to the ingredients, colors, and finishes, is all very luxurious. These are all things I would compare with stuff you can find at Sephora or even higher end counters. And everything I'm going to be reviewing today was sent to me by Citrine Natural Beauty Bar, and I have followed them on social media for a very long time, especially Instagram. Their Instagram feed is beautiful. But I thought they were only selling out of their brick and mortar store, which is in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're in Phoenix, I'm a little bit jealous, because from what I've seen online, their store is beautiful and they carry some gorgeous brands. But if you live elsewhere like me, they do have a website that you can order from, and I've had 2 packages come in. One, the things they sent me, and then I placed my own order, and both times the shipping was super quick. Everything was packaged really cutely, and I even posted a picture on Instagram if you're curious. When Melissa first emailed me about doing this video, she let me pick the products I wanted to review, which is huge. Of course, I would have been happy with anything because I like all the brands she carries, but to be able to actually pick things off of my own wish list, that was just awesome. So she sent me everything that I requested, but she also included one of her favorite products, and this is a skincare item, and it's actually turned out to be one of my favorite things out of the entire package. This is the Antioxidant Dew, and it's an antioxidant serum. The texture is very lightweight and milky, and it's meant to hydrate the skin and restore the natural radiance. Some of the ingredients include antioxidant-rich Hawaiian sea algae, and that's meant to do a lot of the hydration. It also has aloe vera and shea butter, and then borage seed oil. I hope I'm saying that right, because that's actually an ingredient I want to focus on a little bit more, because it's full of essential fatty acids, which is really good for the skin. I've been especially liking the Antioxidant Dew in the morning, and if you watch my morning skincare routine, in that video where I apply the argan oil, I've been instead either using the Antioxidant Dew or my Paula's Choice oil booster, and I've just been going back and forth between these two. For the Antioxidant Dew, I take about a nickel size amount into the palm of my hand, rub my hands together, and then press it all over my face and then down my neck. And if you watched my last Get Ready With Me video, the sunscreen that I like so much can be a little bit drying. So using something like this that really amps up the moisture on my skin is perfect. This is $67, and when I first got it, I thought it was kind of pricey, but if you really look at the fluid ounces, you get a lot of product. This is 1.69 fluid ounces, and compared to something similar like the Paula's Choice oil booster, that one you get 0.67 for $35. So actually the Kypris is a better value, and I've been really liking this inclusion into my morning skincare routine. I've been using it for over 3 weeks now, and I've had no breakouts other than my normal hormonal one that I get about once a month, but other than that, my skin has been really clear and smooth, and I do think it nicely moisturizes. Next, I have my new go-to lip balm. This is the Tata Harper Be Adored Tinted Lip Treatment. And this has been on my wish list for a while because I read a blog called Genuine Glow, and Lily is my #1 enabler when it comes to green, natural makeup and skincare. So if you're interested in natural products, I think her blog is a fantastic resource. And she liked this because she liked the color and the ingredients, a lot of nice oils like olive oil and avocado oil, I think. And she also thought it helped to smooth the appearance of lines on her lips, which is something that I really struggle with. So you can see that in the tube, it looks like a very deep red, but it's very sheer. And even though it's sheer, it still adds a little bit of rosiness to my lips. My lips are really light on their own. So this is a great product to keep in my bag because, you know, like halfway during the day, maybe your makeup's not looking as great, you're feeling and looking a little bit tired. This gives a little bit of color, and it also helps to just brighten up my face. And it has a really nice light fruity scent, and the texture of the product is so lightweight. It almost feels like you're wearing nothing, but you're still getting a ton of hydration. This next product comes from Kjaer Weis, which is easily one of the most luxurious brands I've ever tried. Natural or conventional, it doesn't matter, and no one does packaging quite like Kjaer Weis. The outer part is this beautiful, very weighty silver, and inside, when you're done with the product, the pan inside easily pops out, and you can just buy a refill pan, which is awesome. And the product I'm going to be reviewing today is their highlighter in the shade Radiance. I'm going to try to hold this in a way that doesn't blind you with this packaging. Sometimes this looks lavender in the pan to me, and sometimes it looks beige, and it just depends on the lighting. But apparently that lavender beige undertone makes it so that this product will work with a lot of skin tones, no matter how fair or how dark you are, and it will just amp up your natural radiance. And I've tried it a few different ways, but over a brush or a beauty blender, I really like to use this with my finger, and the texture is so nice. It blends out so effortlessly, and I would love to be able to recommend this across the board, but I have to recommend it it with a caveat that there is a significant amount of glitter in it, and the glitter particles are really large. This is something that I think is gorgeous for the weekend or for a special event, but it's so glittery that I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing it to work. It just seemed like a little bit much to me. And I was recently talking to my friend Sarah, who you saw in my vlog footage. She's the one with the pixie cut. She's getting married in September, and we were talking about different highlighters and the pros and cons, and I had to say that for her, I recommended the RMS Living Luminizer. And this one you can get at Citrine as well. It is very glowy. It gives you that lit from within, a little bit wet look to wherever you apply it, but there's none of this huge chunky glitter to it. So I think a lot more people could get use out of this. And this is one of my #1 picks for summer makeup. And sometimes I can be a little bit heavy-handed with it, but I just love how glowy it makes me look. So I like the Kjaer Weis. I'm not gonna get as much use out of it as I do the Living Luminizer, but I think both products are beautiful. Just if you want the Kjaer Weis, I think you have to be okay with some of that visible glitter. Last, I have a lip combination, and this is not just any lip combination. This is Melissa's signature lip, and I love when she posts pictures of her own makeup looks because she and I are both redheads and we have very similar coloring. And I tried to smoke out my own eye makeup a little bit today as an ode to Melissa because she always looks really glamorous, and she does these dark smoky eyes with this very shiny nude lip. And one day I asked her what it was, and she responded that it's the Jane Iredale pencil in the shade Spice, and then on top she uses some of the Jane Iredale lip gloss in Snowberry. So let me start with the lip pencil. This shade, this Spice shade, is one of my favorite colors of lip liner, and I don't really use lip liners to change the shape of my lip, but I don't have even pigmentation. I lose a lot of pigmentation towards the outer corner. So having a lip liner like this that really blends in nicely with my natural lip color helps me to define that area, and it just makes my lips look a little bit more even. And then on top, this Snowberry gloss, I probably couldn't even find the comment any longer. Over a year ago, when that Celeste Buxom gloss was so popular, someone asked if I had a natural recommendation, and I had nothing even remotely similar. But I have to say that the Snowberry gloss, the glitter in this really reminds me of Celeste. Not as much glitter, but something similar. And in some lights, like when you're looking straight on, it just looks very shiny, but if the light catches it, you can see all the glitter running through it, which I think is beautiful. When I first opened the packaging, I thought that this was gonna be a squeeze tube, which is not a problem, but it's not my favorite, but it's actually a doe foot applicator. And I like that you can squeeze the tube because I think you're gonna be able to get out the last little bit of gloss. And the doe foot is a little bit unusual because it's curved, so it really hugs your lip as you apply it. It has a fruity candy scent, but it doesn't stick around, and the gloss is on the thick side, but not uncomfortable, but in that way that, you know, sometimes if a gloss is a little bit thicker and just slightly tacky, it really lasts a long time, and this is a gloss that lasts forever, and when it finally wears off, it feels like I put a lip balm on top. As long as you don't mind a little bit of a thicker gloss, I think the only downside to Snowberry is that after it wears away, a little bit of the glitter will remain stuck to your lips, which can be kind of annoying, but if I'm going for this dark smoky eye, I do really like this combination. I think it pairs nicely. I hope those mini reviews were helpful if you had been considering purchasing any of those items. And if you go to the Citrine website, up in the top corner, they're doing something new called Get the Look. And they do these makeup looks on these beautiful models. It's all natural green beauty products, and they're based off of famous celebrities. I think right now they have a Marilyn, a Bridget, and then most recently they did a Blake for Blake Lively. And when they posted that, I thought that is the prettiest lip color I've ever seen. So I pinned it to my Pinterest board, and I just thought I'm gonna think about it for a while. So I slept on it, and then the next day I ended up placing an order. And so I'm not gonna be reviewing these. I'll talk about them in a later video, but I just wanted to show you. This is the Kjaer Weis lip tint in the shade Rapture, which is one of their newer colors. And I had another lip tint, and it's a pretty shade, but I just don't reach for it enough. But this color has not left my purse since I got it. It's amazing. I think I was wearing this in my Whole Foods beauty buys over a lip liner, and I just love this color so much. So the lip color in it, the other thing that really stood out to me on that look was the blush, and they were using this from Jane Iredale. This is actually called a bronzer in the shade Rose Dawn, but I've been using this as a blush. Today I have it back here a little bit kind of towards my hairline, and then I used a Tarte blush on the apples of my cheek, but it is beautiful. I'm just looking over my notes really quick to make sure I didn't miss anything because I feel like I gave you a lot of information in a short amount of time, and hopefully I didn't talk too quickly. At one point when Melissa and I were emailing back and forth, she mentioned maybe giving me a coupon code, so if that happens I will link it down below. But I think that is all. I hope you enjoyed these reviews, and I really appreciate Melissa and Citrine sending me these to review for you, and I loved testing these out. It just felt like I was doing something, like it was just a treat, and that's what I like so much about natural makeup. You're getting these beautiful shades and colors, but it also feels like you're doing something nice for your skin. So please leave me some comments down below. I love to read them, and I'll see you in my next video.